This girl is Wakamizu Yuka. She's cheerful, polite, and attractive. Today, the main character confessed to her and became her boyfriend. But she's the same girl who once cheated on me, right in front of my eyes. Someone nearby says, "What kind of trick did you use?" The main character answers, "Sora, our hobbies just happen to be similar." Someone else says, "I want a pretty girlfriend too." Yuka then asks, "Where to?" The main character replies, "Would an arcade be okay?" His friends were stunned. "What are you saying? An arcade? Are you serious?" But Yuka looked thrilled. Her eyes sparkled, her cheeks turned red, and she looked genuinely happy. The main character thinks, "I know he often invites me to go to concerts. Really, our interests are pretty similar." Then he remembers her past words. Light novels? Could you not force your hobbies down my throat?" Without any emotion, he says, "I'm glad." And she answers, "That's so cute." As they approached the store and stepped inside, he thought to himself how fake her smile really was. I was fooled. This girl is a total bitch. Her eyes lit up as she stared at the arcade machines in excitement. Then, we're shown a flashback from the main character's 3rd year of middle school. At the time, they were dating, and he showed her a photo of her coming out of a hotel. He asked if she had been cheating. She said, "If you love me, then you should let me do what I want." "Actually, why are you stalking me in the first place, you creep?" The main character shot back, "I'm free to do whatever I want. Don't freak with me." She yelled, "Lame, let's break up." He thought to himself, "Didn't we already break up? I shouldn't have gotten angry." A respectable person in that situation would have cried and fallen into self-hatred. He wanted her to fawn over him, then bawl her eyes out begging for forgiveness. On top of that, he wanted to dump her like an insect while she cried desperately. I want to see her scream, crawl, and be in pain. By coincidence, they crossed paths again in college. He had changed his appearance so much that she didn't recognize him at all. His college friends used his nickname, and hardly anyone knew his real name. He thought, this must be fate. People tend to open up to someone who understands them. She made cute expressions as she looked at a bunny. He glanced at her briefly, then turned to his phone to chat. He was messaging someone who had accepted his offer. He thanked the girl who replied, "I'm only doing this because she cheated on you. You're buying me a drink later, of course." Yuka caught his attention by calling his name and asked if he was texting someone. He lied. "Sorry, my sister keeps bugging me to buy her a drink." She asked, "You have a sister?" He answered, "Because we're on a date." I told her to stop. "Oh no, sorry, senpai." She blushes, saying in an embarrassed tone, "A date, I guess." He found her reaction disgusting, thinking, "Why are you blushing now? She's totally faking it." She states, "This would look really good on you, Sora-kun." He replied, "No way. Do you have a membership card?" He answered, "Yeah." Then she thanked him by name as he paid for everything. He reflects on how he's gone from being pathetic to becoming someone attractive. Yuka asks, "Is it already my turn?" And he replies, "I'm looking forward to it." She says, "Cut that out, I'm getting nervous." He thinks, "I get the feeling that even if she's terrible, I'll have to praise her or she'll start sulking." With compliments ready in his head, she begins to sing. At first, it's tolerable, but as it reaches the climax, his face betrays him. His expression turns sour. She notices and says, "That was pretty bad, huh?" He claps and says, "No, it was really good." With a gloomy look, she sits down, and he accidentally sees her underwear between her thighs. She asks, "You look a bit sick, are you okay?" Glancing away from the sight, he quickly says, No, it was just incredible." She asks, "Is that so? It wasn't that atrocious, was it?" He insists, "It was really incredible." Noticing his unease, she says, "Then why won't you look at me?" Realizing the situation, she panics and apologizes over and over. He thinks she should just stop talking, she's trash, but still says, "Sorry, it was really incredible." She responds, "It's okay, I practiced." He says, "Cute," then feels like dying because he genuinely thought she was cute. She chuckles and says, "Is that so?" While eating something tasty, she offers him an ice cream cone. He takes a bite and says, "It's really good." But she can tell it's not, and he mumbles, "No, it was seriously tasty." He thinks to himself, "Don't drop your guard. This girl isn't as innocent as she acts. She'd go for anyone." He asks, "Do you have time for dinner? There's a place I want to try." She agrees, replying, "Sure, but you might be a bit overdressed. The restaurant is. I'm getting a little nervous." Once inside, she looks around and says, "I like it." He responds, "I really like this place too. It's affordable and easy to get to." She blushes, saying, "I can't believe this. We really are perfect for each other." He stares at her blankly. She continues, "Sora-kun, you're stylish, but always so serious." He answers, "I don't really know how to have fun." He thinks, "So what are you trying to say? You like me, right?" He remembers how she used to torment him back then, and now she's acting like this. She's laughing happily, her expressions becoming more natural. She says, "I can do this." He thinks the same about himself. As he continues texting the girl he contacted earlier, Yuka returns from the restroom. She says, "Sorry for the wait." He replies, "No worries about it." As night falls, she's glowing with a light blush. He says to himself, "I'm going to queer this girl, and then I'll dump her in the most satisfying way." She says, "I really like you." He tells himself, "I can do it. This will work. Should I call Senpai now?" She asks for his contact info, saying she still doesn't have it. He thinks, "If she had my old number from middle school, this plan would have failed. I got lucky." She adds, "I get hit on a lot, you know." He replies, "That's because you're very pretty." In his head he scoffs, "Showing off again, no one cares. Just shut up, you witch." She says, "Sora-kun, it doesn't seem like a bother for you to say something like that. Do you want to know the reason why I like you?" He thinks, "Because I'm not lame, because I'm good to you, but don't get greedy." He says, "If you want to tell me," she replies, "Fufu, you're really calm about this." She says, "You remind me of my old boyfriend." His face darkens. He thinks, "Not the one from 6 years ago, right? Who compared the current me to the pathetic me?" He asks, "How many boyfriends have you had? Is it because I'm handsome?" She answers, "No, no, you're nothing like him. He was boring, unattractive, and had no sense of style." He hesitates. "Did he have any good traits?" She says, "Well, he was kind. Really kind." He stiffens and mutters, "But isn't something like kindness worthless?" She laughs. "Of course it matters. For quite a while now, Sora-kun, you casually walk through the path while I try to avoid bumping into people. You match my walking pace on crowded trains. You let me stand next to the wall. You search for places for us to hang out. You check the roads to make sure I don't hurt my feet. You always do these little things. But unlike you, my ex couldn't keep his composure. I guess he was always fishing for compliments. It was so annoying, actually asking for them. What pain." He stands beside her, sinking with dread. She laughs. "But I was happy. I did something really horrible to him. They accused me of cheating. By chance, I was photographed going to a motel with another man. Some family was visiting, so I just helped him carry his luggage. He went ahead and took a picture. I thought it was super creepy, but I couldn't tell him. Even though I didn't cheat, he thought I did, and I didn't like him anymore. Like an idiot, I waited for him to believe that after being confessed to. I was full of myself. I was being fawned over it, so I let it happen. So many things he did for me, so many moments. I never told him that I liked him, not even once, but I really liked him." He was speechless. She continued, "He said we should break up. At first, I was pissed off, you know? But after that, I cried my eyes out. The tears just wouldn't stop, and even now I cry about it from time to time. He was that kind. He lost it. He started to say, 'So what?' She couldn't understand. He shouted, 'Shut up! Don't you understand? You would never understand. You're the one who screwed up.' He started scratching himself. She asked, 'Sorry, did I say something wrong?' He screamed, 'If you didn't cheat, then say that.' Damn it. He was filled with rage. She couldn't figure out what was going on. Then, just as the clock hit 9 p.m., a girl appeared and said, 'Sorry for the wait, senpai.' She clung to him, holding his arm, and led him away. Yuka had no idea who this girl was. 'Aren't you supposed to say, I didn't wait long?' The girl introduced herself, saying, 'This is my boyfriend.' Yuka was stunned. 'Boyfriend? What? We're on a date? No way!' Her thoughts were spinning. We see her face through his eyes. He thinks, 'I'm the worst.' He misled her, broke her heart, and had her begging for forgiveness. Looking right at her, he says, "Sorry, I was planning to cheat on you." She couldn't process it, saying, "What?" The girl beside him asked, "Are you sure?" He continues, "In order to make you suffer, I asked my senpai to pretend to be my second girlfriend. But I changed my mind." Yuka still couldn't understand. "What? Cheating? That doesn't make any sense." The other girl left, saying, "This is awkward. Buy me a drink later." Hakuto, his real name, slipped out, and Yuka's eyes widened. She stared in disbelief as he said, "I'll buy you the good kind," sweat forming on her face. He added, "Sorry for being so lame." She didn't understand completely, but something started to click. He said, "You don't know how sorry I am." Then it hit her. "No way. If you're Sora-kun," he says, "we're officially done for this time," and started to walk away. She suddenly ran up from behind as he said goodbye. She yelled, "You dumbass!" He turned and saw a fierce expression on her face. "I'm not letting you go this time," she said. He started sweating. "Are you really Hakuto?" she asked. He replied, "That's right. From Nishigaya Middle School, 3rd year, Class 2. Birth date? There's no way you remember that. It's March 2nd, right?" The resemblance was uncanny. I thought I was getting scammed for a bit, but strangely enough, it didn't feel like you were acting. He said, "I wasn't." She clung to his arms. "Hey, what was all that stuff about cheating and making me suffer?" He said, "That's payback." She replied, "That's pretty cowardly, you know." He told her, "Let go of my hand." "Didn't we already break up?" She screamed, "Shut up! Just shut up, you idiot. Why? Why did you move without telling me?" He said, "I guess I just forgot." She yelled, "Don't mess with me. You completely cut me off because I didn't want to talk to you. Who wants to talk to the person who cheated on them? But you could have at least said hi." He replied, "I didn't feel like it." She said, "Mystery solved, all done. You should be able to get a new boyfriend soon." She still wouldn't let go. She said, "I can't get a new boyfriend." He asked, "What are you talking about?" She screamed, "You're the only boyfriend I ever had. What are you trying to say?" He yelled back, "Coward! No matter what you clarify or if you were ignored, the one who didn't say anything was you." He was losing his mind. She stared at her own trembling hands, then collapsed to the ground, mumbling, trying to say, "Sorry, please. I really like you. Something like cheating. I would never do that." She was crying, her voice sobbing, saying, "Please forgive me." She was falling apart. He said, "Disgusting. I'm not mad." "Then I'm sorry I said I'm not mad." He thought, "Really, I'm scum, pathetic and hopeless. I'm the worst." He said, "If I had believed in you at that moment, things would have turned out differently." She replied, "I still do." She asked, "You still hate me?" He replied, "I hate you. No matter how much you deny cheating, it's the same thing as saying nothing. It's because I trusted you not to lie that I believed you cheated. You're the worst, and nothing's changed. This will be my final act of revenge. I despise you." She cried and said, "I see."